at that, gas going everywhere. Hey guys, Mike here from Moto Mule. Just coming down off of the high of having grind hard plumbing here and screwing off with them. Talk about some good times. Anyway, in today's video, we're gonna try to accomplish a few things on the golf cart. I'm gonna steal the gas tank off of the side-by-side buggy and put it on here just so we can mock up the placement of that and get those brackets in place. I got a box in the mail that's got some exciting parts in it. We'll open that up and see what's in there. And then the biggest news I have in today's video is my firstborn son, Ethan, is gonna join the channel. Introduce yourself, Ethan.
Hey guys, Ethan here. I'm excited to join the Moto Mule team. I'm probably mostly just gonna be doing behind the scenes stuff and make sure my dad stays pretty cool. So that's all we got.
Yeah, because I'm the world's biggest dork, he has to keep me in check. Anyway, all right, let's get started. Okay guys, here's the box that I was talking about. Oh man, it's heavy. What could it be? Let's see here. And unfortunately, the most expensive part is in this box. This buggy, this golf cart, is so wide that I had to order high-end Porsche 930 CV axles because they were so long. These axles are 30 inches long. So they're made out of some fancy 300M material or something like that. I couldn't get just the basic chromoly ones in this length. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Oh man. This is exciting. Go. Wow. And the dangerous thing about this is the engine runs, and now we have axles to make it move, but it doesn't have brakes. So it can steer and go, but it can't stop. And I'm gonna be a good boy and tear this thing all apart and weld the frame all up before I put these in and test it. But because otherwise you'd have a pretty bad situation driving it with just tack wheels. All right, well let me pull off one of the back fenders and you can see where these things go. Okay, so the street bike engine obviously has a chain. That chain comes around to this RPM gearbox. RPM is just the brand name of this gearbox. The gearbox has a 5-to-1 reduction, and it also gives you forward and reverse. So it's the perfect way to put reverse behind a street bike. So the chain is the input. The output is over here, is this flange. So you see if I turn this flange, you can see the chain moving, right? So that output flange is just a standard Porsche 930 CV. So that's why we got the Porsche CV joints. So the CV joints will mount here, and then also there'll be another CV joint out here at the wheel. And then this bad boy is just the axle that floats in between. So each CV has internal splines that accept these spline shafts, and that's what will make this thing go. So we talked about the fancy axles. So we also have the rubber boots to keep dust out of the CVs. We have got the CVs themselves, which I'm going to leave in the plastic bag just to keep grit out of them. So there's the actual CV. Another thing that I got, because I'm so lazy, are these cool little grease rings. So you've got your output flange, you mount this thing, and then your CV, and then the boot, and you can grease your CVs with a grease gun instead of having to pull the CV out and pack the grease in there by hand. So these are cool. I'm excited about these. So we got that, and then the longer than stock bolts because of the grease ring. So yeah, this thing. Oh man, if this thing wasn't just tack welded together, I'd be installing these things and taking this thing for a test rip. That is for sure. And as I've mentioned before, I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I have a couple of these white canvas tents in the backyard, hiding the stuff I don't have room for. So the side-by-side buggy lives in here. The side-by-side buggy lives in here. So as I steal the gas tank out of this, I'll point out that the last time we took this thing out, we broke it. So what happened was, due to my poor maintenance, I didn't notice that these bolts that held the other half of that sprocket in place had backed out. So they backed out enough that they hit the side of this bearing carrier, snapped them off inside there. So I lost half the sprocket, obviously broke the chain, and so this buggy needs a little bit of work. God, what gorilla put this bolt on here? Oh yeah, that was me. Alright, so theoretically, this thing's ready to remove. Oh, when I bumped the, look at that, gas going everywhere. That's what happens when you bump the petcock and open it. Alright, I needed a good bath anyway. We're going to see how well this tank fits in here. Whoa! Don't record that. I can't cuss. I'm going to try to make this tank a little lighter and easier to handle. Get the gas out of it.
You guys want to talk about having OCD?
Ha ha ha. Funny, Ethan. Get back to filming the golf cart. Alright, so I'm going to go with, this is about the approximate location that I'm going to put the gas tank. So the same way I did mounts for this radiator between this tube and this tube, I'm going to do the same kind of thing between this tube and this tube for the gas tank. And, you know, just because, I'll do the same kind of, maybe carry this curvy, dimpled theme up here as well. We'll just continue that on. Alright, let's do it. So I'm drawing up the mounts for that gas tank on the back of the boat. so like I usually do, I slice the bends on the plasma cutter, and then I gotta come in and weld them up afterwards. I just do that to make it sure that the bend happens exactly where I want it to. Alright, it'll be easier to weld this up now before I tack it to the frame.
What are you doing?
I'm playing with my Rube Goldberg machine. Well, I'd say it's been a pretty successful day. We got this gas tank mounted. We found out what was inside the box, which was really exciting, the axles to make this thing move. And you guys all got to meet Ethan. I hope you like that addition to the channel. I'm really excited about it. I've always trying to get him involved and him and I doing something together, so I'm pretty excited about that. I want to say a huge thank you to Grindhard Plumbing. They made me visible to a whole new audience of people, and I can't say how much I appreciate them and how much I appreciate all you new subscribers that are gonna get to watch these videos. I'm pumped. So this is gonna be a wild ride. Until next time.